Hello, YouTubers. This is Russell Butler here with DreamWork Consultants. Here today to just talk about the entrepreneurial spirit in general. And I just want to hit you with a couple of different opinions. First of all, artificial intelligence is replacing human labor. You don't believe me? Just go to your neighborhood auto manufacturing facility. You'll see the robots. Vacuum cleaners, robots. Recently in Japan, there was somewhere around January, a company came in one morning and replaced all of their workers with artificial intelligence. Now, keep in mind that innovation is it's not an instinct of man, but it's one thing that we do to create life, make life more easier for us. People who used to pick cotton, thanks to Eli Whitney, the cotton gin took that job away from us. Most of us say, yeah, but that was slave labor and that was a horrible thing to do. Yeah, but guess what? Automation replaces human labor. I'm saying all this because entrepreneurship is, or should be, the wave of the 21st century. In this new millennium, we have got to create jobs. If we don't create jobs, we're just going to lose them and they won't be replaced. There was a time when the entrepreneurial spirit was dominant in world culture and specifically American culture. There was a time when 80% of people were self-employed and 20% of people worked for major corporations. Now, that number has flipped over and pressed down a bit too, because it's more like 90% of us work for some corporate position and only 10% of us are self-employed. Now, I don't have the official numbers for that, but all you have to do is drive down your neighborhood, your downtown municipality, and you'll see buildings with symbols and logos on them. And we all know the usual suspects, right? No need to name them, So just make sure that in these coming years, all of us, really, but the vast majority of us, fuel the fire of entrepreneurial spirit. It is important. Number one, it's important for your personal freedom. Number two, it's important because we've got to create jobs in our own community so that we can employ our own community. If we don't employ our community, if you don't have a job, it creates desperation. And desperate times create desperate measures. Does that make sense? So just make sure that your entrepreneurial spirit isn't something that you keep on the wayside. I know most of us have to work a 9-to-5 and work a day job, as we call it. And that is a good thing. It's good to have a job, right? Work towards being self-sufficient. 401ks are going away. Social Security, it won't be there when I'm 70, when I'm 68 years old. I'm 47 now. And I'm not counting on in the next 57, 67, 21 years, Social Security, being able to pull anything from Social Security. I'm not looking for that. 401ks are being taken advantage of by these fund managers. So get yourself apprised of investments, Forex, options and stock investments, high yielding bank products like CDs and mutual funds and things of that nature, MMA accounts. Just get yourself into the mode of being self-employed, or at least having something else to fall on, having, a passion to work on. It's also important in general, if you are working, let's say you're working a position in a corporation as an accountant, and you have a stable job, and there's not it's not likely that it's going anywhere anytime soon. That's great. When you retire, studies show typically within 5 years after you retire, you're dead. A good portion of us die 5 years after we retire from our job, especially those who have been on their jobs for 15, 20, 25 years on the same job. These times will require us to be creative. It's going to require us to start regenerating the dollars that are in our community. And I mean, whatever community you're in, recycle those dollars. Look at the people who are unemployed, underemployed, and do something about it. One way to do something about it is entrepreneurship. This is Russell Butler with DreamWork Consultants. Thank you for listening, and I hope there was value in this video for everyone watching. Make the rest of the day the best of your day. Thank you.